Hello, my name is Vanessa Hakiza, and I am from Rondo. I am a part of the Tutis tribe. Well, this is a picture of me, my brother, and my other brother, and my mother in Africa. This was in 1997. This was us graduating. I was gonna be in first grade. My brother was gonna be in second, and he was gonna be in third. Basically, in Africa, we wear different clothing. This is my mom's dress. Like, this is the material of the clothes, like that, they wear and stuff with lots of color. It's very different from, like, what you guys wear, I would say. Well, a little bit about myself. I was born in Africa. My mom is Rwandese, and my dad is Congolese. And I am Tuti. Being Tuti, it's like, for instance, like being Jewish or something. The reason why I say Jewish is because, well, if you guys ever heard of the genocide, they tried to wipe out all of my kind. They tried to kill all of the Tutis. My mom and her sisters and her brothers, they were in the actual camp. Like, you guys ever seen the movie Hotel Rwanda? My aunties was in it for real. And that's how my mom had 13 siblings, and now she's left with one brother. They're all deceased. And, yeah, so that's what, basically that's why I just compared this to the two. I came to America in August 16th, 2000. I did not know how to speak English at all, so that's why I was 19 when I graduated. Because they had to hold me back. They had to hold me back, not like everybody else. So I had to have somebody walking around with me, like 1st through 5th grade, walking around me, teaching me what this was, what that was. And I was always the oldest out of my class. It's kind of hard coming from a different country because, well, you're not accepted. You're different, so people look at you like, ew. And growing up in America was kind of hard because, like, I had to adjust, like, to a different lifestyle. Yeah, I came here in a real, like, young age, but still, it's different. Coming here, speaking a different language, looking different from everybody else, dressing different, they alienated me, and just, like, everybody used to just make jokes about it, like, oh, you're from Africa, do you guys wear clothes? Yeah, we wear clothes, as you can see. All the stereotypes is not true. There is parts of Africa that is like that, though. There are a lot of hungry people. There are people that don't have, clothes and stuff like that, just like the less fortunate. The same way in America, you guys have homeless people, the less fortunate people. But that does not make us less human than you Americans, and that does not make you guys better than us. That does not make us better than you. But yeah, I did not know English, and now everybody don't even believe it when I say I am from Africa because I speak it so fluently. Although my mom and dad, they still have an accent. I speak Swahili at home, though, with my parents. My parents speak Swahili, and they also speak French. I came to America and I knew French, but I lost it. But I really didn't care about French because French is very common. And Swahili wasn't very common, so I chose to keep the language that, like I could teach my kids and their kids and their kids, and it's not very common. Well, I mean, that's it. Do you have any questions for me?
How does the genocide affect you, like, personally, or your family?
The genocide, it really affects me. I remember one day, it was like in 8th grade, they was playing, like, this tape of, like, the genocide, basically, like what happened, and it was just like I couldn't take it. I had to run out of the classroom because when I watched the movie Hotel Rwanda, the part where he's driving over dead bodies, I always think about it like, what if that's my auntie, what if that's my uncle, what if that's my family? It's hard, like, seeing all that stuff and coming to America and hearing what people cry about and what people complain about. It's like, wow, you guys need to grow up because like, everybody, like, especially since Thanksgiving approaching, like, that's very hard on me, like, the holiday season, because, you know, Thanksgiving, I see everybody get together. You guys have big family parties, all your aunties, all your uncles. Well, I don't have anybody in America. The only people that are my family, like, my blood, is my mother, my father, and my 2 brothers. That's all that I have in America, just us 5. I don't have my grandma. I don't have my grandpas. They're dead. And it hurts me, you know, but, like, as I grow up, I learn to accept everything and, you know, basically just keep from crying. But yeah, I'm not really, like, fond of Thanksgiving and stuff, because it's hard just, like, sitting at the table with just 5 people, the same 5 people that you see every year. So we do try to have our friends over and stuff like that. It's not, I would say it's not normal, you know. I would want to be like everybody else and have my family here and have my aunties come from different countries and stuff like that. But that's not going to happen anytime soon, because it's very hard to come to America. It's not easy at all. You have to fill out a lot of papers. It takes a lot of time. We did papers for my family that I do have, like my cousins and stuff, to come to America in 2002. And we're still waiting. And who knows how long it's going to be. So,
how long did it take you guys when you first filled out paperwork?
Well, I was a refugee. There's no war in Africa. The time when I was coming to America, there was war. And basically when there's war in Africa, it's not like America where they tell you, like, you guys see it in the news, oh, there's war in Iraq. No, they don't tell you nothing. They're in your front door coming to tear your family apart. And that's all it was. A normal day in my household. They just came, the soldiers came, they took my dad away to torture him, and they took me, my mom, my brothers. I didn't see my dad for like 3 years. And basically they take the men, they torture them, they take the women, they rape them, and stuff like that. I was in refugee camp, and I believe that God was with us, because we were the chosen few that got to make it, you know, to America. We didn't have to fill out papers and stuff. You know, you ever heard of the Red Cross?
Mm-hmm.
They did most of the work for us, like stuff like that, you know, like my mom just like talking to people and begging people and stuff like that, because we were so young, you know, and that's how we got here. But, you know, when there's not war and people are just trying to come here, it's not easy like that. It's not easy, because, like, why do you want to leave? Give us a better reason, you know? It's not like that. That's why it's the same way as Mexico. When they try to come out here, they cross the border. It's not that easy to come to America. But
how was it like living in the refugee camp? Like, what was that like? Do you think that the U.S. helped, like, while you were there? Like the Red Cross, you talked about that. Like, how was that experience?
That experience was hard because, well, it's dirty and it's disgusting. We slept on floors, and it's just like a lot of people everywhere, sleeping everywhere on the floor, like everywhere. And it's just like uncomfortable, like, am I going to get raped? Am I going to get touched? Is anything going to happen to me? You know, am I going to get hurt? Is this the night I'm going to die? It was very uncomfortable. The food was disgusting. The water was like brown. But we had to survive. Like, we had to do what we had to do and stuff. Like, well, the refugee camp is basically jail. That's it.
And that's what the genocide put you at?
Yeah. We was basically in jail. And I never forget this, because it's going to be in my mind forever. When the first few days of me being in the refugee camp, this guy tried to escape or whatever, and they woke everybody up to come to the middle of like the place to show them, if any of you guys should try to escape here, this is what would happen to you. They took the guy, they put him on all fours, like his hands and knees, and they took a big rock and they just hit his head, like smashed his head, and we watched him die. That will always be in my mind, because like, it's just traumatizing me. Like, me and my brothers, I'm surprised we didn't need therapy or anything, you know, counseling or something, because when we came to America, we had so many nightmares waking up. Me and my brothers slept in the same bed with my mom for a long time, because of everything that we've been through. I remember it was nights when my mom would hear a little noise and she would just be thinking like, oh my God, is somebody trying to get us? Because she never would feel safe because of everything that we've been through, you know?
Right.
But
okay. I know it's going to be this long. You're going to make you cry. Okay, this is good.